got the northern lights. Lights. Baby, you just kick your feet up while I kick back. I roll on with you by my side.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bold, Black, and Addicted to Bravo, because I am bold, Black, and addicted to Bravo. But as always, or if this is your first time here, I like to have these conversations with other people who share some of those same titles. So each week I have some friends and other podcasters, vloggers, content creators, writers join to give their opinion on different life things, but through the lens of Bravo shows that we all watch. So I'm really excited about the three guests I have with me this evening, or whenever you watch this. I'm going to start with Stephanie Downs, because on my screen you're to my right. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Stephanie. I am currently at popculture.com. I work as a staff writer, and I do a little bit of everything there under the pop culture umbrella, but mainly the reality TV lane. So that encompasses like every single reality TV show you can imagine, like Alaskan Bush People, Teen Mom, like I'm doing it. And of course, all of the housewives. So I've like interviewed like housewives like Jen Shaw. This was pre-legal drama. Cynthia Bailey, Ashley Darby. If only I could have gotten it after legal drama. I mean, that's the next one. So that sums it up, I think, for my experience and where I am right now.
Thank you. Mocha Minutes.
I'm the other Stephanie here, but this is Stephanie, host of the Mocha Minutes podcast. And I am it's Kendrick from Reality Housewives and BB&A2B podcast. He changed the name, and I'm like, I like the other name because it made me think about Andre 3000. I don't know why he changed his name, but he called me the Queen of Clubhouse. I'm like, I feel like I'm like a duchess, but I will take Queen because I'm not going to downgrade myself. So I am so excited to talk about this. I've been watching Bravo since My Life on the D List was on there, and the first iteration of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy and Project Runway. And y'all could just see how some of those folks are terrible people, but beautiful gowns. So I'm just excited to be here.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, I am Lauren. I like to call myself a Clubhouse clinician. If you're on the app, if you have questions, holler at me. I also am a co-owner of Pat Snacks. So if you want a snack, and future tense, thank you, Wendy, for leading the way. Possible candles. Keep an eye out for me. And I feel like I'm bold, I'm Black, and I'm addicted to Bravo. In all facets. You know, the one show that doesn't reel me in super tight is Below Deck. But I still love it. That's the thing. It just doesn't pull me into like such a hardcore emotion. I think it's motion sickness. But I am super excited to speak with you ladies and let the Bravo Olympics begin.
I love it. And I realized that I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Nyemade, or That African Butterfly on everything on social media. And I do a little bit of everything. I have a couple side businesses I run, but on my page, I do a lot of lives. So like on Tuesdays, I do mental health lives, and on Sundays, I do self-love Sundays. And then in between, I talk about just different things. So check that out if you enjoy interviews, because I'm nosy. And I finally figured out a way to put it to use, which is with interviews. So before we talk about our topic for tonight, I have to make sure that everybody is a member of the people, has their Black card. We're going to play a few rounds of Black card revoked. And the nice thing is, I think most of these are majority rules. So there isn't even, there's one with the right answer, but the rest are majority rules.
be a fence all around me every
Oh Lord,
day.
is that from Mary's church? That's a song you learned at the Sunday school.
That should be a little cardish, if I'm saying.
I'm just saying that does sound very much Black church Sunday school.
There it is. I'm just saying.
All right. Okay. What's the worst thing that can happen at the hair salon? A, getting burned with a flat iron. B, they cut your hair too short. C, waiting to get in the chair. D, waiting under the dryer.
I'm sorry, Stephanie's face cracked me up. She was like, girl.
No, wait
a second.
I had this
there's
exact experience the other day, like a couple weeks ago, when I was under the hairdryer too long and they like all scolded me. So that would be my answer.
Because I took
it off and they were like, why didn't you tell us that it was too hot? I was like, it's done. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. It's too hot for me, so I'm done. But that would be my answer. I am very passionate about it.
I feel as if they cut my hair too short.
Right. That would be mine.
See,
well, no, actually, I was gonna say burned with a flat iron,
but I can handle that. Pain and reward. I can too.
It's for me. You said under the dryer too long or not long enough?
Waiting under the dryer.
Yeah, it's waiting under the dryer, especially if they put it on there. Like, girl, especially when they like take a few of the rollers out. Girl, sit 20 more minutes. Oh my God,
yep.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I've been under here for like how long? What the minutes say? Oh.
All right. What's something that people need to stop selling on social media? Hair growth pills, dreams, waist trainers, or booty?
Waist trainers.
I was gonna say booty, but it's the men.
Okay. Ooh. This is harder than I thought. Like, what? I would say like, I would have gone with the booty too, because like, if you don't got it, then you like, why? What are you selling? Like, no.
I have no idea why you're trying to sell us that you're like fucking a gourd, sir. you wore a knockoff. You wore Channel to the little party, and then you selling us on you fucking a gourd and you broke it. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't know how the uteruses that you have been in and the services you've been in, they not supposed to crack open. So I don't know why you think this is sexy. And also that music sucked. Okay. I will produce your
thing about.
So, Mr. Bolo, he wore his Channel.
How did we get on Mr. Bolo?
Because he has an OnlyFans. He sells booty on the Instagram.
Stephanie knows this because she too has an OnlyFans. So.
If I did,
I was so confused. Oh my God.
You're what is it?
I'd be a queen of that
mocha
shit.
Minutes.
It would definitely be some mocha minutes.
All right. Who's your favorite Black cartoon character? Riley from Boondocks, Tiana from Princess and the Frog, Penny Proud from Proud Family, or Fat Albert?
Penny Proud.
Yeah, I guess I'd go with that. But I have a weird irrational hatred of like animated things, so
I was trying to figure out, is Riley the one that I like from Boondocks? So I'm just going to go with Penny.
Riley's the one with the cornrows.
Don't they both have? Oh, no. He a problematic Black person. No, we going with Penny Proud.
Yeah, we'll give it to Penny. All right. He ran off the plug twice, but you might find him at the Ritz-Carlton. Gucci Mane, Future, Yo Gotti, Plies.
Who was the first person you said?
Yeah, what?
The question is, he ran off on the plug twice, but you might find him at the Ritz-Carlton. Is it Gucci Mane, Future, Yo Gotti, Plies?
It's the hippity hops. I'm going to say Plies. I think that's him.
I'm going to say Gucci Mane.
That could be right too. I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's Plies.
Yeah.
It is him? What?
With those sexy new teeth. Stop it.
See? Then he gonna get the OnlyFans. He's like, let me put these teeth to work. No, don't put your teeth to work on the OnlyFans.
I am not Webster. I apologize. It's the way to keep him quiet.
So cute. He's like, what? He's like, what y'all doing? Oh, okay, you doing this. All right. Now I know what you're doing.
But it's the way that we can converse and not hear him in the background. So
he was like, who you got over there? Who you and your little friends talking about? It's like, oh, long as you're not feeding him edibles, because I cannot laugh at no little dog that's getting high again.
No, what's one thing guys from the hood are always asking for? Co-sign for something, hold their stuff, bail them out, listen to their mixtape.
None of those were the answers I was going to say.
Yeah.
I say mixtape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten too many like random mixtapes on the streets in New York, so.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Small rappers I've heard of. We be like, yeah, you hear this mixtape? Girl, what the paperboy hell are you talking about?
You was killing them in the 2000s if you had one of these: a Nextel two-way pager, a grill, spinning rims, Jersey, and Forces.
I had to say the spinning rims.
I'm going to say the grill.
That's a good one.
I think I was going to say grill, even though I hate grills.
Still tipping down fofos, repping. Okay.
All those answers are fine, but it's like all I could hear
Chris
Rock going.
Didn't Nelly have a song about the grills?
Grills and the Air Force Ones. Isn't he got
smile from a dad. Let me see your grill. Let me see your grill.
Let me see your grills.
Listen,
and he got
I'm
one
trying
about
to get
the
a driver's license. Like that was a time. That was
really?
a time.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't he have a song about Air Force Ones too?
Nelly?
Yeah.
What's it to say, Lieutenant?
In my air, I can't think of it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Give me to pay. I need to pay. So
this is the saddest, most anti-jam I've ever seen, and I absolutely love it.
Here's the thing. I like Nelly, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, of course, like. Good gracious, I suppose it's just like I know everyone was like, I loved that, but like that wasn't it for me. It was country grammar for me.
Country grammar
like,
for me.
It was that for me. The rest is the background. I don't really need the rest.
I love
you know what I mean?
Grammar.
Country grammar was it.
I liked Ride with Me.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
I like that one.
If you want,
but also I like Welcome to Atlanta. I like big groups of the men that do the hippity hops. I like big groups of hippity hops together. I don't know why. They always work.
Well, let's hippity hop into some questions. So today's topic, and actually I haven't come up with an official title for this episode yet, but we are talking about damaged friendships, which might be the title, but I try to come up with something kind of cute-ish, quirky-ish for the title, so we'll see. But we are going to talk about damaged friendships. So the first one I want to talk about is, do you guys think that a friendship can really recover after hurtful words have been exchanged and trust has been betrayed? And a friendship in the Bravo sphere that comes to mind for me with this is Reza and MJ's friendship. If I'm not sure if you all watch Shaw's, but they had an explosive argument, and he basically told everyone that she had had a bunch of abortions and that's why she couldn't have babies. And it was like so far past the line of what I think anyone could come back from, but they're coming back from it. So do you guys think that friendships can really come back from that?
Couldn't be me. I mean,
I honestly would have kicked his ass the way. Yeah. And I think the issue that I have is that to a certain extent, because the thing about it is we have recap rooms in Clubhouse for Club Bravo. Yeah, he came to the room, and one night he just was sitting in the room and just listening to people talk. One room they were asking him questions, but it was really softball questions because it's kind of like he's resolved himself to. He made it seem like what he did to MJ was not a big deal. But what you said to her, you're not including that one. She was in the ICU. She had her son, and she cannot physically have any more children. And you were calling her up about a rumor because your husband couldn't just stop sending nasty texts to somebody. And then you put your text messages with her husband on social media. You're ignoring that fact. Most people forgot Tommy did not. And it's kind of like she's trying to make it work because it's like we got years in. It's like, yeah, it couldn't have been me because you lucky Tommy just busted up some pots. You made it seem like him busting up, coming to your house, busting up pots was like the worst thing. And it's like, but you're acting like what you did was not vile and should actually be unforgivable. Mm-hmm. And I told him that to his face. I'm like, if it was me, what you did was unforgivable. It's like, but it's not for MJ and that's fine. But it's like, yeah, I'd be good on you for like ever.
Yeah, same.
I feel like there's this kind of weird complex with like people on reality TV, which it's a phenomenon I don't understand, but I can understand within the context of it, where if you're going to be filming with these people, if you're going to be on the same show, I think maybe they're more inclined to forgive people for some of these things that they say, even though me watching it and me thinking about myself in the situation, I'd be like, you're cut off for good. I'm not like, this is not, there are a bunch of people I can be friends with. Like that's somebody who's not going to say something like that. So I would be like, I'm out. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
I think that with relationships, like we have to consider them as friendships. That's what I meant to say, but friendships are relationships, right? So just like if your significant other said something that went below the belt, and the worst part, I think, with a close friend, which is what showed with Reza and MJ, is he knew what would hurt her. He, as her best friend, knew what he could actually say that would hurt her. And he decided to do that and do that in a public setting. And I'm not saying anyone's perfect. You know, like you have these arguments with your BFFs, like maybe you've talked, maybe it's been a few years. I feel like I have like my best friends and my besticle, and I haven't talked to my besticle in a second, but there was like friction. But do I think what was shared was so vile and so just inexcusable, honestly, unforgivable, like the way Reza did? You can't really come back from that. If it was something like, you know, well, I remember you know, maybe a person was sex positive back in their days, and they like was living about them streets. They belong to the streets. Like that could be one thing, but to then throw in such private information, Reza doing that, I'm not sure if you can really come back from that, because how could you really ever forget, and how could you ever also feel comfortable enough to then share some of the deepest things with your best friend?
To me, that's the thing, is like I would no longer feel like you were a safe space for my secrets, and then in that case, like why do we even have a friendship? I mean, like maybe you could become like, you know, you have like your good time pals, like the ones you do just to like go out, have fun, and like that's it.
Brunch.
Surface friendship. Like
Party
maybe on that level, but that would be it. Like there's no way I would tell you anything ever again.
Ever.
Right. Ever.
It's like ever. And you know what's wild is that people have been asking, of course, you know, they have Life After Bravo. They asked Asa why she's not friends with Reza anymore. And I think she kind of just glossed around like, oh, he's in the shop bubble and that's fine. He said it is because she kept flaking on Adam for lunch. And she's like, you can't treat my husband like that. And we're not cool. And so I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. So you don't understand why Tommy wants nothing to do with you after what you did to his wife. But you actually can't understand why, based on the fact that Asa flaked on some lunches with Adam. It's like, Reza, stop doing this. I get it. We're all Leos here. We're all Augustos. MJ, Reza, and me. So I'm like, I get it. It's kind of like we're stubborn. So it's like, yeah, when I'm like, yeah, I'm done with you. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be done with you. You're gonna have to do a lot of stuff. But Reza, please stop acting like it was just Tommy and that he did something worse to you. So that's the problem. He's not owning his part. He's like, I'm resolved to, you know, I did this, but it's like, baby, you did something kind of bad. It's like what you did was really bad.
Right. Well, I also think of, if you know this person, right? Like you kind of know their bottom line. Would you, if you really wanted a friendship after that, would you have actually said the things that you said? You know what I mean?
Right.
And in terms of, you know, the things he feels like MJ had possibly said to him, it just does not equate. And I felt like when he said those things, he never planned on being friends with MJ again.
That's something when you know I am done with you.
Right.
Dracarys
Like,
on our
right. Exactly. I mean, like he didn't intend to that. And I think maybe because of the reality TV show, wanting for the relevance, wanting to stay important. Of course, you're going to try to make that friendship work. You've got to have coworkers. But I don't think that in any natural situation that you could come back from that. No.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And it's interesting that we talked about, you know, one spouse not wanting to be with the other or be with someone if they're rude to their spouse, because that leads into the next question, which is like, do you think that being a true friend means picking sides? Like, do you think to be a true friend, you have to pick sides? And how do you maintain a friendship with someone if they also choose to have a friendship with someone that does not like you? So like for this one, I'm sort of thinking of the situation both with Dr. Jackie and Simone from Married to Medicine, and also with Meredith and Lisa from Salt Lake City. Meredith and Lisa are in the similar kind of boat. So thinking about those situations, like can you be real friends?
Your real friends wouldn't ask you to pick a side. They really wouldn't. So that's why Simone and Jackie always reads very, very odd to me, because she didn't like Jackie, quote unquote, picking Heavenly's side, because she was like, why are you not just down for me? But Simone, she had reasons to see that you weren't down for her. It's like that whole Buffy thing is just super weird, and Buffy is on my list. But it's kind of like, Simone, either my friend can just say the things to me because I'm your friend, or it's like you just got to stand behind me and just do that. Simone, Jackie is not Robin.
I have like the exact opposite viewpoint, but I'll let the others speak first, and then I'll show mine.
Well, I was thinking too, like, I agree with you that friends, like, if you're real friends, like, I shouldn't have to ask you to pick a side, but I feel like that's more because, like, I feel like you should just pick my side. Like, if we're like good enough friends,
that's true.
Like,
that's true.
Why am I even like trying to like make a case for myself in a certain situation where like I have to defend myself and my feelings to like a really good friend? Like, I feel like if we're on the same kind of like vibe, then you should kind of pick me, I guess, is the way to say it. When like, even if I'm wrong,
know me
kind of
best.
Like just show me a little bit of sympathy, or like even to my face, just be like, yeah, that person was a bitch. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
So for me, it's weird because I do feel that, right? And I do feel like if the person is your friend, like that they should ask, because we all know that relationships with other people are really different. And even a time span, you could meet someone that you only knew for, I don't know, a year, but feel in crazy intense closeness to them, a relationship. And so if something really didn't have anything to do with you and you're not bad mouthing one to the other, I think that there is the possibility where it's possible to be friends with both, but on the same coin, like the same side, right? You're human. If you're my BFF and we're having a situation with person C and you're not on my side,
that part,
like I'm human.
You're going to look at me, you're going to look real funny.
I'm human. Like, so although logically I think, of course, we could be meeting in the middle. If I feel wronged by a person, I don't want you to say they wronged me too, but I need you to say, but you wronged my friend and I feel that you're wrong.
That's valid. That's valid.
That's honestly my main reason for why I say I feel on the opposite side of it. Because I do think that you can be mature and say like, oh, don't talk to me about this person or when I'm around you because I'm friends with both of you. On that level, of course, you could be friends with both of them. Right. But for me, like if you're a friend, like a real friend, there's no way someone's going to say mean and hurtful things about you
in front of me,
you, and I'm going to be okay. Not even in front of me. If I find out, like, if we're all friends and we're all good friends, and I find out that Lauren was talking about Stephanie, and Stephanie's like my best friend, like, I have a problem with Lauren because you are talking about my friend. So for me, if we're friends and you know this person is talking about me, and you're cool with them, like, how much do I really matter to you as a friend?
Right.
And for me, like, when I watch Salt Lake City with Meredith and Lisa, when Lisa says it's kind of the same thing, everyone's like, no, they're completely different situations. But what Lisa is saying is, Heather did this hurtful thing to me, and you are okay being friends with her, knowing how bad what she did hurt me. And Lisa and Jen did this hurtful thing, and you're upset with me being friends with her. Though the situation's completely different, at the end of the day, it's your friend saying, I'm okay being friends with someone I know hurt you. And I think that when you're talking about a true friendship, you have to pick a side. That's why I get Simone being upset with Jackie. Like, there's no way, if I knew my friend of 25 years had this other person saying all this shit about her, that I'd be like, oh, well, I like her anyway. I'd be like, you really hurt my friend. I can be civil with you, but I can't be cool with you. You hurt my friend badly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the problem with Simone.
Right.
That's the problem with Simone and Jackie. Because it's kind of like when you look at their friendship was the anchor of the show. It was Mariah and Quad, but not really. It was really Jackie and Simone, because that seemed so solid that nothing could break them up. And then you enter Heavenly when all three of y'all friends. And then Simone and Heavenly fell out. And then Simone's like, Jackie, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
She's hurting me. Why are you still friends with her? And it's like, it made me think of Simone's friendship with Mariah, because she did the same thing to Mariah when the group was like picking a Quad. It was like, she was like, no, we're going to pick Quad. I'm like, Simone, Mariah is your friend. And she's saying, why are you letting her do that to me?
Yeah.
So it's like, I get that's a bad part. With Jackie and Simone, I see both sides of that. I'm like, no, I can see why Simone has a problem, and I can see why Jackie has one too.
Yeah.
Jackie don't have that much skin in the game. I'm like, Jackie, but you were wrong what you did to Buffy. It's not like Simone was calling you out for something that you weren't wrong about. But I feel like maybe she just wanted more of a privately call me out. Don't disagree with me in public. It's like, correct me in background if you think I'm wrong.
Yeah. Right. I think also with like some people, maybe because like I'm really close to my family, like really like my siblings are my people. Yeah. And I think that some people have friendships that they consider on that level. So like for me, like it wouldn't even be like a thought in my mind to like somebody who had wronged their siblings. That's why I had such an issue with the whole Kyle, Kim, and Brandy thing on
Girl. Girl.
Big
this is why I kept
issues.
saying Kim. I'm like, I like Kim on the show, but I was like, Kim, you are an asshole for this. You came like, Kyle, you don't defend me. It's like, wait a minute, girl, hold up. Right. Like y'all, all of y'all, big bunch of wrong in this.
Right. So like, when I think about friendships, I think for a lot of people with their close friends, it's that same level. It's like, how can you be friends with someone you know has hurt me?
And that's why I kind of understand the Reza and MJ of it all, because they were friends for 30 something years. For them, they weren't just friends. They were like siblings. So it's kind of like,
and I think Jackie and Simone too, though, that like they were 25 years.
Right. Because she delivered her, is it her oldest son or her second oldest son? One of her children, she helped deliver, and she didn't even invite Jackie to the party. So she knew that was going to deeply cut her. But I think the son was upset too. Like, why isn't Jackie here?
Yeah. Well, Jackie picked up on Lee's side, so
and it was just like, it's like, that's like deep. It's like, that is a hurt that you knew that was going to hurt her. And you knew it was.
Well, I think Simone's hurt.
Yeah. It was, and that's the thing. That's why I'm sitting here like, I can see both sides. I wish they had handled it like Robin, Giselle, and Charisse. Giselle and Charisse were falling out. Robin's like, do not put me in this. I'm not picking nobody's side. I am staying neutral. She was actually a true neutral, not a, see, I can't even mention her name because Lauren.
See that? Let's not go there.
I'm not saying theirs was a little bit a little bit different.
Theirs
was just like the two of them falling out with each other at the same time over nonsense, not one person feeling like they were attacked by another person, and then the person siding with the one who was doing the attacking.
Yeah, and I think that's why Robin like kept it out of the middle, because Giselle really could have screwed up Charisse's settlement with Eddie by what she did on Watch What Happens Live. So it's like, girl, you not
What did
running.
she do on Watch What Happens Live?
So it was between between season 1 and 2, like they're like, she said, I think someone asked about, what's going on with Charisse. She's like, well, Eddie gonna be in New Jersey and Charisse gonna be over there with the fireman. While she was actively divorcing Eddie, and that could have messed up her settlement. So going into season 2, her and Giselle had the issue. She was like, don't let the zip code fool you, baby. She's like, whoa, okay. And Robin was like,
Giselle's good for that.
Yeah, and it was just like, so out of all the stuff to Giselle, I'm like, that is why you're dead ass wrong. But she made up with Charisse because they're still friends. Because she actually, like, they actually moved past it. But
yeah, because I think nothing's that serious with Giselle.
No, she's like, girl, I'm so sorry. She's like, I thought it was funny and I was wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Lauren's looking at me again.
All right. So the next question though is, are friends obligated to tell you everything? Can you be friends with someone knowing they're lying to you about something? So like when we think about the whole Lisa and Denise from Beverly Hills, where Lisa was like, I know you're lying to me and I can't handle that you're lying to me. And same thing with like Portia and Marlo from Atlanta, where Marlo is like, I know you're lying. But it's like, do your friends have to tell you everything?
No, that's why you're their friend. Like,
but are they allowed to lie to you then if they don't want you to know something?
That's the thing. It's different between actively lying to someone and like just choosing not to disclose certain things that you want to keep personal to yourself. Like, I don't need to tell everybody in the world every single piece about my personal life. What if they ask
you something that you don't want to disclose?
Well, I mean, that's on me. Like, I feel no obligation to tell people like certain things about my life that I want to keep private. I feel like if somebody's a like good enough friend with me, that they will understand maybe there's something going on. Maybe she'll tell me at a point in time where she feels comfortable with telling me. I just feel like if we have that kind of bond, then you kind of know how to read me or know how to interact with me enough that I'm giving you the full story that I want you to give. That is my truth. But I feel like there are certain pieces that like are only meant for myself.
Yeah.
And that's in a general sense.
And I think it's so weird because based on how Rinna is characterizing Denise now as a party friend, I feel like Denise made the right call in not telling her anything.
Right.
It was like, wait a minute, sis. I don't have to tell you if I fucked Brandy. I don't need to tell you that. But you made it an issue. And it's like, it's really not that serious. Girl, it's really none of your business what I do. If
Especially if not saying now that they're just, we're just
party friends. I'm like,
all the more
her 20-something years.
Told you.
Exactly. You've been friends with her 20-something years. Your families have spent holidays together, but now you're a party friend. See, this is why she don't tell your ass nothing. It's like, and she shouldn't have, but you made an issue like, you're lying to me. I'm like, girl, it's what I do with Brandy is really none of your business. It's really not. Why are you making it seem like I have to tell you everything? I don't, because you're not trustworthy, girl. It's like, girl, you're not trustworthy. It's like that kind of like intimacy with a friend that is earned. Yeah. Rinna, just because you have known me a long time does not mean you've earned the trust of something that secret that she didn't want to get out, but y'all made it a point.
A whole season.
Yeah.
It's like, girl,
you could have asked her off camera. You could have asked her privately. Like, you chose to bring it to
just on purpose, just to the surface.
On purpose. Said, why would you do that to your friend?
And why would Erica think anything would be different?
And she's like surprised that Garth was like, oh my God. She's like, why would you bring my friend? Because Denise was your friend.
Right.
Vanderpump was your friend before you joined in the crew with Vanderpump. You have not dictated that you are trustworthy. And the only reason why Erica thinks you're trustworthy is because you ain't saying nothing. It's like, girl,
I feel I feel as if it is your right to disclose things and choose to keep them to yourself.
Yes.
I can also say, and I can just say this from personal experience and just who I am as a person, that a lie is a lie, right? But I find that the omission of the truth hurts just as much as a lie. Okay. Like it hurts, especially if I find out in the way I found out. And I can't ask or force someone to share something with me, but I can express, damn, I'm hurt that you didn't. So when it came to the Lisa and Denise of it all, Lisa could have been like, damn, girl, like,
why didn't you just tell me?
Right. Or you know what? Let's do it off camera.
Yeah.
Or she could have been like Garcelle. She was like, who cares?
Right.
Like,
so for
that's the thing that got me with the Portia and Marlo. That's the thing, because the Portia and Marlo, because Marlo made it seem like Portia told her off camera the truth, and then on camera she lied. It's like, well, that sounds like your friend told you the truth, and on camera she doesn't want the whole world to know. What she doesn't need is for you to try to pull it out of her.
There it is.
Just because you know the truth. Like, that's
right.
So
like I'm in these bedrooms and I heard some child. It's like, y'all could shut the hell up. I'm like, see, y'all could just be quiet. Like,
I'm sure if she wanted everyone to know, she would have been like, y'all, listen up.
Because I'm sorry, there's no way in hell I'm single on a girls' trip and I'm getting penis that was fluid and it's free 99. I'm not going to buy. So, girl, pass this links. So, anyway, speaking of links, so let me tell you what me and Bolo did. Blah blah blah. It's like I wouldn't have involved anybody else. I'm like, I ain't bringing nobody else. I'm gonna tell you what I did.
It just annoyed me that Marlo tried to make it sound like she was harassing Portia because she was so offended that Portia wouldn't tell her the truth, even though she indicated that Portia did tell her the truth off camera. So she's lying on camera because she doesn't want the world to know. And a good friend wouldn't be trying to pull it out of her, especially if you knew the answer to the question.
You already knew. It's like,
you already
could be like Cynthia.
Why are you asking her on camera?
You know, because Candy knew too. You see Candy? She's like,
Candy knew too. Candy knew not to ask.
She knew.
But anyway, everybody in that house, they gonna know. She don't look like she is quiet. So I'm pretty sure everybody who wasn't dead to the world and or drunk could probably hear that. And it's like, girl, see, Marlo on my list embarrassing herself in front of Big Frida. I'm like, do you know what I would do with a dinner with Big Frida? And y'all acting like this. Get up from this table.
Yeah.
Marlo, no. You better than that.
Is she?
Excuse me. That fight in South Africa with Sheree lives in my head.
I can't with that fight.
Was it South Africa? Is that where they went?
Too bad.
I'm sorry, it was so funny. I was like, what are we fighting about?
No, it was too painful, wasn't it?
It was.
It was horrible.
It was just upsetting
like,
to watch.
What you're doing here with Portia was just like, why wouldn't she want to tell you? Oh, I don't know. It's probably because you were like trying to play the middle or both sides by being friends with Kenya, the same woman that you literally said something unforgivable to her, but yet you want to be cool with everybody here. Girl, you are not Cynthia. Please try this again. You don't have the cheekbones.
Oh, snap. Well, on that sharp note, were you going to say something, Lauren?
I was just thinking, like, I just find it, again, when we talk about damaged friendships or just damage, I mean, Marlo brought up the thing with Kenya's mother, and y'all are friends now?
Y'all would,
y'all could never forget it. I'm sorry. Like, I digressed. I'm sorry.
No, but that's a good one, too. Yeah. Yeah. There's just certain lines I have.
Right.
And if you cross them, and I'm so forgiving about so many things. If you cross certain lines, like
it's like we can be cordial.
There are too many people on this earth for me to have you in my life after you hurt me on a certain level.
Yeah,
right.
It's not worth it. Yeah, like you said, I'll be cordial. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. All right, so we've talked about damaged friendships, but let's talk and let's end on a happy note and talk about some positive friendships. So let's go through and say our favorite friendships from each franchise.
Ooh.
Okay. So let's start on the East Coast. We'll start with New York.
I don't know what franchise you're talking about.
Oh, you don't recognize that franchise?
I don't know that. I've never heard of it at all.
And that's the bad part. You think about the friendships, you just kind of like, they're all kind of terrible.
They
terrible.
Are. Well, I was going to say, back in the day, Jill and Bethany.
That was going to be mine.
Jill and Bethany.
That was going to be mine. It's like, it was good until it wasn't. But that's the friendship I think about with Roni. Not even Ramona and Sonia, because, well, no, I'm good on her.
Yeah.
I would have said maybe like Bethany and Carol, because even though I don't really have
I liked Heather and Carol.
Oh,
I didn't like Heather.
Heather kind of irked me. Yeah,
I know. No one likes Heather.
There was something about Carol and Bethany
in the heart of the African American home. Sorry,
very interesting for me to watch. But.
Shut up. I know about Black struggle because I worked with Diddy. Girl, shut up. Stop talking.
You know what? I'm not gonna get
in the heart of Black America.
I mean, I too know why the cage bird sings. Heather, holler your ass out this room. Like, girl, this is why.
Oh my God.
Wow, fucking this girl now. That she works with people all up and down the ladder.
You know, two rich Black people, Beyonce and Diddy. And it's like, girl, I know. I've been to their house. I have taken that. I did not take that $1 million. I did the lunch with Jay-Z, girl, and I am better for it.
Lauren, see what you did.
I am so glad I forgot she was even on the season. Like, I pushed her out of my brain.
Oh, all right. Like, New Jersey.
Teresa and Dolores, of course.
That's a really good one.
And she's a real one with all of them, with all of her friends.
Yeah,
I love
she's a real one.
Dolores.
I love see, Dolores knows how to walk that line between I'm your friend, but baby, no, what you did was wrong, but I'm still your friend. See, Dolores knows how to keep that line. She is a master of no, you did it. But that don't make Teresa bad. That don't mean you can talk shit about her in front of me. I can say that, but you can't.
I do think she lets Teresa off the hook way too much.
Before I didn't like Teresa. Back in the day when I liked Teresa, I liked her and Jacqueline when they were friends.
Yeah.
Their friendship was like, they used to make me laugh so much.
They were really good one. They were so very good one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, none of the friendships include a Manzo, because no.
Yeah. Potomac.
You see, that's why Lauren looking up. She know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Robin and Giselle. I really am.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for the Green Eyed Bandit.
I really am. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm so glad you see how she is. Wait, hold on, Lauren. Tell me a friendship with Karen. Tell me with Karen.
I like
her and her wig. That's the best friendship. Karen and her wig.
I liked Candace. I liked Candace and Monique before they fell out. When they were friends.
Shots fired. They were a really good friendship. I was super happy when that finally happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say as a favorite friendship, I'm gonna go with Monique and T'Challa. May his memory be a blessing.
R.I.P. T'Challa.
R.I.P.
Where's that going?
All right. Does anyone remember DC?
I do.
Barely.
So, none of them are really friends, quite frankly. But was her name Lisa?
I like Stacey
Mary
and Mary.
I liked Mary and Paul Wharton. I was friends with Paul Wharton. I was like Mary and Paul. So Paul Wharton was the friend of Mary. And so he was a very heavy friend of. Season 2, I think they would have like moved them up, but they only got the one season. So,
because the other couple broke into the White House.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember?
If you see Mary,
there was a unique name there.
It was interesting.
Mikhail.
Okay, so Atlanta.
Ooh, okay.
It's a few.
There's been a lot of
good ones.
I'm not gonna lie, and I know this will make no one's gonna like this, but I loved when Nene and Kim were good.
Okay, no, I'm on board with you. Like they were like an interesting duo.
They were so
like,
funny
good.
together.
Yeah. I'm here for that answer, honestly.
I was here until she said, "I don't see color," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good on Kim." So
that
I
was
would have
like the first episode.
I was like, so you see how you see where I'm
Got
going,
it.
right?
Understood. I understand.
So I would have to say, before it got bad, I liked Phaedra and Candy.
Yes, I liked their friendship.
I liked their friendship.
That was a good friendship.
And also, I like Nene and Marlo. It's so interesting. It's kind of like when people are good with Nene, like it's so fun. But when they not, this is so not fun.
Right.
It's not fun at all. But I also kind of like Kenya and Candy.
I like Phaedra and Portia.
Freaking Brack.
Freaking Brack is a good
one.
They were good.
I kind of also like Kenya and Candy. I like how playful their friendship is.
Okay.
And it's like all of the stuff is like they're very still like, I love Candy Games. Like no matter what them two do, and they may not agree, but they're still friends. They're like, now Kenny, and it's like, so I like that friendship.
Okay. And then The Others Don't Matter and Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
You want to do Texas?
We can do Dallas.
We can just say Tiffany Moon and Deandra. I don't know who the other women are. I don't know.
That's the only acceptable one.
Yeah, because screw Stephanie and
I was just
Brandy.
going to skip to Beverly Hills.
Yeah. And OC, I'm going to pick Lori and her kids because they had a good comeback kid story. They went from wealthy to broke, working for Miss Piggy to now living their best life. And I call her that for the No Shape Alone. And I think that would be OC. That would be it. Lori and her kids.
And then Lauren, I know you gotta go, so I'll get theirs for Beverly Hills. But what about Salt Lake City for you?
Okay.
You leave?
Oh, do I still have to get to pick Beverly Hills too? Right? Okay.
Oh yeah, you didn't do Beverly Hills. Yeah, give me Beverly Hills and give me Salt Lake City.
Okay, Beverly Hills. That's really difficult. It's really difficult. So I'm gonna delete it. And I'm going to say a really good friendship that I really admired for a long time was Taylor and Kyle. I really liked where they were. And for Salt Lake City, I'm going to go with... Oh, no, I should be Lisa Barlow. I love it. When they were in a really great place,
and this PK accent is killing me.
I really loved Meredith and Lisa.
Yeah.
Those are my picks.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining us, Lauren.
Thank you so much for having me.
I will include all of your info in below for people to check you out and find
her in these Clubhouse
streets. Hopefully you'll be back again.
It's Lady Lauren on Clubhouse because I bought a little plot of land in Scotland. Let's go. You know?
Hey. Love it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. Bye, you guys.
Hi, Lauren.
Bye.
So,
let's bounce back to
Orange
OC,
County is hard. They really, because a lot of those members they're not friends. So that's the problem. They are not friends.
I haven't watched it in
That's what makes it funny, though.
It's kind of like you go, as much as I don't like either one of these ladies, it would be Vicky and Tamra. It's like, but it's like they're problematic as friends together. So there's that.
Who was the one that comforted Tamra when she was hid in a bush? Was it Shannon or was it Vicky?
It was Shannon.
I'm gonna go with Shannon and Tamra though, because that's a different kind of friendship. So like,
I still remember when she was on the bus having like a panic attack, and here goes Shannon just holding. It's okay. Yep. And she had that bucket hat on. I said, "Girl, that lives in my house rent free, in my brain rent free." Because it's like when you think about Orange County, like those ladies are not. Well, you know what? I do have one. Elizabeth and Gina. Is it Elizabeth?
Oh.
No. The lawyer. Is that her name? Oh, I don't even know.
Emily.
Emily, thank you. Emily and Gina, I think is a cute friendship. I was like,
Yeah,
I think they are actually friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because I think they had a falling out and they fixed it. I'm like, Jesus fixed it or somebody. I don't know.
That's good.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to think, I'm like, when you think about Orange County, that's the weird part. A lot of them aren't friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't speak about that Clayface, aka the artist formerly known as Gretchen, because I'm like, girl, you face tuning your baby. You need some help.
Oh, Gretchen.
It was like, what is wrong? I was like, why are you face tuning your baby's face? You want us not to recognize said baby? I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Lord. Okay, Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills.
I like Taylor and I'm sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say Brandy and Lisa, weirdly enough, even though like I'm not the biggest fan of either of them, but them together was kind of funny because like Brandy like got out like a very like Lisa's like weirdly raunchy, like I don't buy it. Like I feel like she kind of puts it on a lot. But I feel like Brandy actually like brought out that kind of side in Lisa, and they had like a fun relationship going on all the way down to the slap in the face. So yeah, I'd go with them.
That's a good one.
They were fun because I remember during that time, I was wishing that the three of them, because I've always liked Lisa and Kyle's friendship. Okay. At the time, I was wishing the three of them could just get along because I thought the three of them would have had a lot of fun together.
Yeah. So so I have two. So the first is Adrian and Taylor, but I just liked Adrian. I want Maloof to come back, but the other one I think is Yolanda and Erica. I just like them because it seemed it's kind of like everybody was like, Erica don't seem to open up, and Yolanda's like, I don't have this problem. Maybe it's y'all. She seemed like, I don't know what y'all talking about. This I don't have that experience. It must be you.
I miss Yolanda.
I do. And low key, it's Garcelle and Sutton for me as well. It was like, I love how they went from literally shoe off the wrong foot, off season happened, and now they're actually friends. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that.
All right, so then Salt Lake City.
That's hard. I feel like I like Jen and Heather when they were good.
I like Heather and Whitney.
Oh yeah.
Are they cousins?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also like Lisa and Meredith.
I do. I love the fact that it took me like 3/4 of the first season to figure out which was which. I'm like, I'm sorry, Lisa, that's Meredith. Okay. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here like, they don't look alike in the face, but yet I'm like, which one is that? But I like Lisa and Meredith, and I like that Meredith is holding Lisa's feet to the fire, because it's like, Lisa, it's like, Lisa, I hear you, but I don't know. I don't care how much my kid is. You're not going to do things to my kid. But I enjoy that she's actually listening to her, but it's like she don't want to listen. It's like Meredith's like, I have a boundary. This is a line. Jen is crossing it. I don't understand why you're giving her space if you're my friend. Yeah. In your friendship, I'm like, girl.
Yeah. Totally right. And I'm not even like a big Meredith fan, but I was totally on her side in that whole ordeal because it's like, to look at it again. Level when it's a kid, it's about it's your kid. Yeah. I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine if somebody was talking shit about my kid, I'd be like, because if somebody talks shit about like my pet, I'd be going off the rails. So like, if it's a kid, it's game time.
But I bet you also though, if Meredith wasn't friends with Heather,
she wouldn't have anything to say.
Lisa wouldn't be friends with Jen. I think part of Lisa being friends with Jen is like, even if she can tell that it upsets her, for her, it's kind of like the principle of Heather did something that really upset me.
Tit for tat kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, did something that hurt you, but if you thought that I should have to deal with it, then you should have to deal with it.
Yeah, and you know what? That makes me think about Jersey. Now, as much as I was like, I understand where Jackie was going. I was like, so I hear you, Jackie, but see, I don't care if you're a bad mama. You are not going to bring up my kid and I won't rip you a new one. I'm like, I get it, but I didn't think Teresa wasn't going to have any reaction except the one that you had. You lucky she just didn't lunge at you, because I don't know any mama that wouldn't have. So it's like, ma'am, you had a point, but you involved your kid and was like, yeah, all I see is you talked about my kid.
Yeah,
that's it.
Especially Teresa. I think some people can rationalize that, but especially Teresa cannot. So
right, because that's what I was saying. Like, girl,
don't bring up her kids. Just don't.
It's like, Jackie, I hear what you're saying, but girl, what did you think was going to happen? Exactly what.
But I mean, that's part of the problem is that Jackie also knew that it would hit. She knew that it would hit.
Yeah,
that's why she said it.
She knew.
And that's exactly why she said.
All right, so
exactly.
Yeah, she knew what. Yeah, she knew. She knew what she was doing. Well, I don't think those two are going to be on our list of best friends anytime soon, but I enjoyed talking about all the other friendships.
Yes.
And I want to tell you all, thank you so much for joining me. I'll include the links for both ladies to their social media below. Come back each Wednesday. I'll be here with different crew. And like I said before, you can find me on Instagram. I do lives and sometimes with guests. So Stephanie Mocha Minutes has been on as a guest on Stephanie Downs. I'll have to have you as a guest sometime. But just talk, I'm always just talking is what it is. So if you want to find me talking, just head over to Instagram. But thank you and join us again next week.
Bye guys.
Baby, you just kick your feet up while I kick back. I roll one with you by my side.